Hi there. I just wanted to let you know that the Getting Well class is coming up here in another 10 days or so. And I just want to encourage you to sign up and figure out, how do you deal with your physical system? It doesn't need to be falling apart. Every body will heal. And and the things that you will learn along the way are things that you're going to need for your whole life. And if you're 80 years old and you're taking the class, you need that information for the rest of your life. It's very powerful. So I'll just go through some of the things that we cover in the Getting Well class. We cover water and Mother Nature, okay? And that is trees, birds, frequencies of bird song, mature versus immature water, something that very few people ever hear about. Structured water, mineral water. We cover somatids and degeneration. Most people have no idea what somatids are, but it's, yeah, that you need to know. And what happens to somatids when you're not healthy? Wow. The cycle of degeneration begins in the somatid, SOMATID. And then we cover detox in great detail, parasites, heavy metals, inflammation. How do you get rid of inflammation? Enzymes. You need enzymes. Enzymes, they're the workhorses of the body. Cholesterol. How to do the liver flush. The detox procedures are so powerful. These are hospital grade detox procedures. Liver flush, colon sweep, purge, and castor oil, olive oil, sweat bath. Those are your four main major detox procedures. And then there's a whole bunch of smaller ones, like the salt and soda bath, the coffee enema, the BCX. How do you use the BCX in the spooky too? The bentonite clay, using clay, people have no idea that clay is so powerful, and it is. And then dealing with allergies, mold, mildew, fungus diseases, candida, stuff like that. And what if you need to shift your pH, as well as what is pH? Literally, what is it? People say, it means you're, and then they hem and haw. What is it really? Come and find out. And then part 3 for the Getting Well course is supplements. And we cover all the supplements. You need them all. There's nothing in the food anymore. You pretty much have to know how to use supplements. Not too many, not too few. Enough to keep you healthy. So we cover amino acids, the 6 major minerals, all the vitamins, collagen and colostrum. Vitamins as cofactors, they're cofactors to enzymes. The body has millions of enzymes in it. And vitamins are the cofactors for those enzymes. Enzymes don't work very well without the vitamins. And then herbs, homeopathic remedies, essential oils, and flower essences. So that's all in the category of supplements. And then we cover food. Oh my, food, real food versus factory food, and all the diets. People often come to class. This diet is the best. That diet is, I've been on such and such a diet. All of the diets are good, but they have to be used appropriately. If you've been on one diet for 10 years and all of a sudden you start getting sick, or you have some kind of autoimmune issues show up, it's time to change your diet. So, and that doesn't matter whether you are vegetarian or carnivore or keto or any of, doesn't matter. It's time to change. And then we cover fats. Lots of arguments about fats, usually I have to put up with. Milk, meat, protein, soy. Soy is so not what it's made out to be. The lipid hypothesis, which is the hypothesis that is behind the whole cholesterol fear mongering that goes on. Grains, sugar, and cooked versus raw foods. So then part 5 this is in the getting well intensive. Exercise generates electricity and changes your pH. The 5 rights, different kinds of exercise do different things. What kind of exercise do you need? And I'm going to say right off the bat that typically the least useful kind of exercise is go to the gym and work out for an hour. It takes more, it does more destruction, takes more out of you than you will ever benefit from that. If you're building muscle because you're going to compete, yes. Then going to the gym and working out is absolutely essential. But when you're trying to heal, exercise is something else. Okay? And that we cover walking, running, weights, the spine. And then we also take a big look at you, your house, and your lifestyle. When people run into a life-threatening disease or a life-altering condition, let me tell you from personal experience, you have to redo, rethink, reorganize your house. And that it's, you have to eliminate stress. You have to make more time and space in your day, in your world, in your week, so that you can do the things you need to do to be healthy, which means that you end up confronting a whole lot of what I'll call automatic assumptions that we make about what we should be doing and how we should be living. Most of that is horsepucky. So you will rethink your kitchen equipment and the way your kitchen is organized, your bathroom and how that's organized, your bedroom, the space that you need to exercise, your bed, how much sunshine you get, your yard, everything. So your house, your lifestyle, that's the next part. And the last part is designing your own healing program. How do you design something that will work for you? What's the problem? We start with that. You define your problem. We cover the healing with nutrition checklist. And then, cover all sorts of issues that go with healing. Things like how long will it take you to feel better versus heal completely? What about tools? What kind of tools do you need in your kitchen, your bathroom, your bedroom, etc.? Where do you get the supplements and the supplies to do detox? What about, changing your food? Where do you get real food? Usually you end up growing it, but in the beginning, you got to find real food and eat differently. Conversations with the body. All of that. Conversations with your teeth, your feet, your eyes, your heart, your stomach, your colon, your liver, everything. You will learn how to talk to the body. And like it's an intelligent thing, because it is. And you will learn to listen to the body. When you have a little signal from the body, you learn to pay close attention, not just brush it off or ignore it. And you definitely don't chalk it up to, I'm just getting old. That is a terrible mistake. So we cover things like veins, arteries, glands, cancers, cysts, all kinds of stuff. And then the most useful homeopathic remedies that you should have in your cupboard, and the most useful books you should have for reference. So that's the whole getting well class. And it moves right along. And you will be able to watch it afterwards. You can retake the whole thing, watch it on my school, mycocolife.com. And so you can sign up and take the class coming up, Getting Well Naturally, or you can sign up for one of the Getting Well minis if you think you're only interested in one piece of that, or if you want to take the class again, but you only want one sector of it, etc. So it's my hope, it is my wish that we as a population can get healthy again. Our health as a population has just, has gone down tremendously. We should not be seeing children that are having cancers, arthritis, heart disease, obesity. Why? It's because we have never been taught how to get well and stay well, how to manage the body. What does it need? What kind of maintenance? What kind of repair, which we call healing? All of that. We need to know that. So, and if you have children, you can pass that on. And even if you have children that are teens and they're kind of like, yeah, get out of here, mom. They will watch you and they might laugh even or make fun, but later on, when they get a little older and a little more mature, they will know what has to be done. And little by little, as we heal and become more sturdy and more resilient, that's really the payoff right there. And I would like to see that happen for all of us. So come join me for the class. I typically have it at least once a year. This year I'm having it twice a year, and I'm also offering the minis, the Getting Well minis. It's that critical. Let me just not say anything that frightens anybody, but we need to be addressing the whole issue of health. So hope to see you in class. It's typically, like I said, for the intensive, Getting Well Intensive, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all in one weekend. The minis typically are going to happen on a Sunday afternoon from 1 to 5. And you can have it either way. You can pay for a piece at a time. You can pay for the whole thing all at once and get a little bit of a discount. So here's to our good health now and in the future. Take care.